this is your material, this is your fabric. It is called Kampala. This is called Kampala. So all you got to do is unfold your fabric. I think I have 5 years here. Remember I said the name of this fabric is Kampala. So when you want to make your book, it's just very simple. All you got to do is to get your length you want to use. In this case, I'm going to use 62 then 62. So I'm going to measure out 62, just like this. Place your tape and measure 62. So this is 62 here. Don't mind my tape, I have a double length tape. So this is 62. The next thing I'm going to do is to add folding allowance and extra 2 inches. Folding allowance 2 inches and extra 2 inches. That is going to be 66. Yes, 66. So when you mark your 66, all you got to do is to fold it into two like this. So as you can see, I have my length already complete. So this is 5 years. So using Kampala like this, of course, you're not going to cut out anything, depending on the length of your client. Or if you want to make it for yourself, all you got to do is to measure. If your length is 60, you mark 60 and then add your 4 inches allowance. When you add your 4 inches allowance, then if there's any other excess, you can trim it off. So once you have gotten your desired length into two, as you can see, it's into two, then you are not going to fold at the back side like this. So this is your first folding. So this is your first folding that is going to give you front and back, front and back. The next thing you are going to do is to fold again like so. So here's I fold. So you have your length over here. Like I said, just a simple bubu cut together. So all you're going to do now is to slant your shoulder, because your shoulder is not going to be straight. So you're going to slant your shoulder like this way. So now I've slanted my shoulder. The next thing you're going to do is to mark your sleeve circumference. So you can use 12, you can use 13, you can use 14, depending on your clients. Do you understand? Or depending on how free you want it to be. So at this case, I'm going to use 12. So this is what you're going to do. Drag the same line to about 8 inches. This is 8 inches. About 8 inches. Now create a curve. Create a curve. Then pencil it back. You can see I came in by 8 inches, then I create a curve and now pencil it back. So if you follow this method, it's going to make your clothes have a swag by the hip side or by the waist side. It's going to have this swag, which is going to make it, it's going to give it this rich anti vibe. You get this rich anti vibe, like having a swag here. But if you don't want it to have a swag, you want it to be straight, you can as well connect it straight. It's just a kaftan, you can connect it straight. But if you want it to have this paparazzi style here, you can actually create this curve here in order to give it that draping effect by the hip side. So I think that is all. Now on the next side, all you got to do is to take your neck wideness of 4 inches. 4 inches is cool. 4 inches. Then I'm going to use V-neck. So in that my V-neck, I'm going to mark 8.5 is cool. So it just depends on where your client wants it to stop. So I'm taking V neck and the back neck. So if you follow this step, you're going to make bubu, a nice bubu for yourself. So watch how I cut. The first thing do is to cut out the back neckline, cut out your shoulder. Then from the downside, you can cut it out. So in case you are wondering the measurements you will use on the downside, on the downside, this place, you can as well use 15. You can measure from here to 15. You can measure 14. You can measure 13, depending on how big the person is. You get. So it's as simple as that. So you can see the shape of the clothes. Look at the shape. So very beautiful, very beautiful. Like I said before, you can decide to make it straight, depending on what you want to achieve at the end of the day. So do not forget that they're not going to give you the same results. Creating this curve and making it straight is not going to give you the same result. This one is just going to be straight, like normal straight kaftan, cut together kaftan. But this one now is what is going to give you that boo effect, that extra large effect by your waist. So the next thing you are going to do is to shift the one inside. Do not forget that we have the back piece and the front piece so together. So after you might have cut out the back neckline, you are going to shift the back neckline a bit so that you'll be able to cut the front neckline. Remember, we are using a v-neck. So that is it. So as you can see, making a boo is not a big deal. Cutting it is not a big deal. Making it is not a big deal. I believe it's just a job of 15-20 minutes. You are done with the cutting and the sewing, depending on how fast you are. So we are going to create a little design at the front. So if you're making that design, all you got to do is to pull off the back piece. Then you're going to work only with the front piece. You're working with the front piece now. And this is what I want to do. I want to create, I want to attach additional fabric here. I want to attach additional fabric at the front parts. So this is the fabric I'm going to use. This fabric is called ashoke. This is ashoke. So I'm going to use ashoke fabric to design it. So in order for me to do that, the first thing I'm going to do is to determine the length of the ashoke I'm going to use. So I want the ashoke to stop the under bust, like under bust. After your bust, under it, that's where I want, like, it's not really at the under bust, like, I mean, 2 inches below your under bust. This is your under bust, 2 inches below it. That's where I want the ashoke to stop. So my client under bust uh, is 16. So 2 inches below the under bust is giving me 18. So all I got to do now is to measure 18. So I have my 18 here. Now I'm going to cut this off. So this is what I'm going to use. So this is all I will be needing. Now the wideness is too much. So all I'm going to do again is to cut out a little. So I just need the wideness of 18. 18 is cool by me. So I am going to measure to get 18. So I've gotten my 18. I'm going to cut the excess. So this is the wideness I'm going to make use of. So what's the next thing you're going to do after cutting out the amount of fabric you need, amount of ashoke you need? You are going back to the fold your fabric like this, the front piece. Then you are coming this way. Please watch what I'm doing closely. You are going to place your fabric on the ashoke, your front piece on the ashoke, just like so. So you are going to trace out the shoulder and the neckline. Then the neckline. So now, this is what you'll be having. So we have traced out our neckline and our shoulder. So if you go to your machine now, all you got to do is to sew this on top, like this. So this is the style we are going to have.